Welcome to today's video. We're doing tips for the guide translation stage. So let's jump in. You are the guide. The hero will depend on you to guide them as they learn to fly. Honor the trust of the hero by preparing well. Figure out the best ways to explain each idea to the hero. Mentally and emotionally, you will do best in this stage if you focus on mastering only the theories without being distracted by trying to apply and use the ideas. Remember, that's the role of the hero. We want to keep the lines of mental progress wide open to best prepare for the next stage. And I want to just say something there. And it is that when we talk about the guide and talk about the hero, it's sometimes people just get it. They're like, oh yeah, the guide is me, the hero's me. When I'm the guide, I do this. When I'm the hero, I do this. But for other people, it's kind of confusing when we go back and forth between the two roles and say I'm the same person, because when we say the guide is going to do this, but you're like, but I'm the hero. But the hero's going to do this, but I'm the guide. Like, it's kind of challenging to go back and forth. And so what we've had clients or people that we've talked to do is that they just, whatever role we're talking about, whatever stage they're in, really just associate with one or the other. And so if you're in the guide stage and you're thinking about yourself as the guide, don't think of yourself as the guide and the hero yet. Just think of yourself as a teacher or a coach, and be like, okay, if I were going to get up in front of a class and teach this with just my notes, how would I do? You know, if I were to coach a client, if I were to coach someone and teach them this, what would I need to be able to explain it? And then it's fun to think about that whatever language you use to learn it and translate it into, it's going to be the perfect language for your future client. But if that's kind of hard to wrap your head around, don't do it.
And another way that people have thought of it is just thinking strictly, what am I focusing on, which you kind of described as theory. This is the theory stage. This is, do I understand the ideas? And so first it was, am I familiar with the ideas? And now it's, can I put the ideas in my own words? And then the next stage is, can I apply the ideas?
Yes, yeah. So which stage, theory or application?
So right now it's just theory, the ideas. How well do you understand? How well have you internalized the ideas? How do they make sense to you? And how would you explain it to yourself? That's kind of the...
you
don't
that's
have to
hard,
put it that way.
if it's hard to think of it that way.
In theory?
In theory. And then also I want to tell the story about the gym teacher. So if you think of a gym teacher who knows like so much about health and fitness and wellness, he could tell you 100 different workout programs. He could tell you, foods to avoid, foods to include, portion sizes, calories. Like, he knows like the theory, like hands down, he knows the theory. But say this is a gym teacher who is kind of out of shape and he's kind of overweight, and he knows the theory, but he's not living it yet. He's just sharing it, teaching it. And so for the first stage, be content to be an overweight or out of shape, out of shape coach, and be like, it's okay if I'm not applying this, because this isn't the time. It's not time to apply it. And I remember in our overview, I was like so excited about the stage 2, because I was like, oh my gosh, stage 2 is so exciting, which it is, because we're having you translate it and make these ideas your own, having them stick in your brain so that you can pull that coat off the coat rack whenever you want. You know the idea. But then here I am doing it again, but oh my gosh, when you actually apply it in stage 3, that's where all the magic happens. So, it gets so exciting. I mean, oh my gosh, this is really fun stage 2, so I'm not downplaying how fun this stage is.
Oh yeah, and for the group, once again, we're not gonna slap anyone's hands if they are trying to apply things and stuff like that. Absolutely, that's awesome.
It kind of happens without trying.
Yeah, just saying that when it comes to your study time, when it comes to the focus, if you start to feel overwhelmed, it's probably because you're trying to jump to the next stage.
If you feel like stepping away, not coming back to it, taking a break, then just go, was I trying to apply it?
Yeah. Without
the full guidebook.
Yeah.
And just a side note on that, I would love it if you could look at your calendar and set aside some time each day to say, well, how much free time or how much time could I carve out for this? And think about the critical few and the 80-20, and think about the leverage. Like if I spend 15 minutes a day doing this, what is the positive result I will get? If I spend a half an hour a day or 3 times a week, what is the positive result? Think about the leveraging of these ideas, because when we describe the positive effects you get when we talk about them in stage 2, right? The 22 things.
Yeah.
Like if you could have that and be like, oh, just for, just think about what you're trading the time, and then just put it on your calendar and just carve out that time and say, this is the time I'm going to be doing my Happy Life Results guidebook.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. Okay. First
Keep
tip.
reading.
Here we go. Put everything into. So these are tips, and you want to put these in your own words. What are you going to be doing? So, put everything into your own words. You may want to create your own analogies and symbols. Feel free to share what you come up with in our Facebook reading group.
So if you're on YouTube, we'll link it below. Have we been linking?
Yeah, we have. And if you're on YouTube, feel free to put it in the comments on the YouTube video.
Yeah.
So you don't have to put it in Facebook. That's just where we started. So yeah.
Okay, double check as you go that your guide notes capture the core message of the written source. So when we say written source, we're talking about the book. Because when you teach the hero, you will rely solely on your notes and the hero section.
So that's it. What does she mean by that? Think about that and translate that.
Wait, so solely on your notes and the hero section?
Yeah.
Not so when we say hero section,
That's
not
stage
the guide.
3. Stage 3 is the hero section.
Yeah, the guide section is not what you will rely on.
Yeah, it's going to be your guidebook and the hero section.
So
we're going
words,
to leave her words behind.
Yeah.
So be prepared for that. We're just telling you now, when we hit stage 3, it's going to be what you wrote for stage 2 and the next section.
It's like taking a test with just your own notes.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Like open book, no, not open book.
Notebook.
Open notebook.
Not open textbook.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Okay, cool. Keep in mind the purpose of each idea and how it progresses the hero to the next concept, and how each part of the lesson integrates with other concepts.
Yep, so how are you going to put that in your words? So keep in mind the purpose of the idea. Then how does it progress you to the next concept? So think about how that idea is actually helping me understand the next one. So I kind of need to understand both and think about the bridge between the two, how they progress. And then how each part of the lesson integrates with other concepts. And that will come over time.
Yeah.
You're not going to just make your whole guidebook right now all in one go. You want to leave space at the end of each section. So someone talked about putting a binder with leaves in, or do it digitally. But don't get overwhelmed. Let's say at first your concept 1 is just 1 page. Leave like 3 or 4 pages to come back to add to it. So when we say, and how each part of the lesson integrates with the other concepts, don't make that overwhelming, because as you go back through, it will just be natural to link them together and see how they progress to each other and stuff like that.
Cool.
So I'll read this one. Really zero in on so what? What difference will this idea make? How will learning this concept enable the hero to unlock superpowers? Explaining the so what to the hero is something you are uniquely qualified to do. Don't leave it out. I love that.
You may have considered going through and doing the guide stage and the hero stage for each concept one at a time. Probably not in this group, but people who have the book could have thought, oh, maybe I'll just go through all together. But instead of learning the entire system as the guide first, you would certainly make some progress that way, but it's not the fastest nor the most effective approach.
In order to teach even the first concept, the guide will really benefit from the complete picture. The guide may want to interweave different aspects of the concepts as the guide learns and prepares to train the hero. The most important reason for that is that for the hero to be able to fully internalize even one concept, the guide will need to be clear on what they all look like as a system. Yeah, they all build on each other. And if you think of it as a new system that is going to kind of take the place of the traditional system, it's just a different way of learning, a different way of looking at things, a different way of thinking,
experiencing
yeah. And so in order to switch to a new one, then you'll need to be clear on kind of the whole big picture of it.
Okay, so then to do this, create a comprehensive guidebook, not at this moment, piece by piece.
Yes.
By translating everything from this point on into the hero's language, into your language. Put it in your own words. As you go through, use the translation stage tips, which you're going to make notes of for yourself, and activities in each section to assist. So there will be tips as well that we kind of skipped and we went through the first time that
Yeah.
we'll focus more on this time. Begin at the beginning. We're going to go back to where we started, only this time we're translating everything and translate up to this point. And once we complete this to this point, when we come back to here, we will move on to stage 3.
The how, the application.
Yeah, exciting.
Okay. Yeah, I think
That's
we're good.
it. Okay. All right. We'll see you everyone tomorrow.
Okay. Bye-bye.